Today I'm speaking with Tetra. We're discussing vocal ranges, home equipment, skills training, meeting agents, audition logistics, and future goals. I hope you enjoy the conversation. Tell me who you are and how did you get involved in voice acting?
My name is Tetra. I go by T-Way online. I got into voice acting kind of in a silly way. I went to Level Up Expo last year and met Neil Newbon. And I absolutely admire his voice work in Detroit Become Human, in Baldur's Gate, of course. I told him, like, I'm super interested in getting into voice acting. And he was like, you just have to do it. So when I came home, I already had a mic and I was like, all right, let's just go into it. So I threw myself into voice acting through Casting Call Club. And that's kind of where I got my start.
What kind of projects were you auditioning for through Casting Call Club?
Virtual novels, a lot of indie cartoons, and like small video games. I was really trying to find characters that I felt like, oh, I have the vocal range for this, rather than just like throwing myself out there and see what sticks.
How would you describe your vocal range?
That's a little hard because I get cast all over the place, especially in like Dungeons and Dragons campaigns. I get reached out a lot to do NPC voices for D&D campaigns. I absolutely love it. I've had characters where my voice is down here. But I've also done voices where I'm up here and then I'm the voice for a Korean drama show. So I talk in like a little bit more of a Southern California accent. But I also like to talk up here in this voice, and it's really, really fun. And a lot of kids' shows or like kids' things, they grab me for that. But I also like to talk in a bit of an accent.
What have been some of your favorite projects to participate in?
15 weeks before summer, it is a VN coming out. It's very silly. I play the character Minato, and she's just so bothered by everything. And it's really fun that I get to be this like type of person. And then this indie cartoon by Team Smeet. I'm Delilah Morrow, and it's another one of those like kind of bothered characters, low energy, but I really, really like doing those because I'm typically up here. Those have been two of my most favorites. I was on another one called The Archive. That was like a space horror. That was really cool. I don't audition to things unless I like them. I've also been cast in a Project Mad Mage, Baldur's Gate mod. I'm really stoked for that too. We haven't started recording yet, still in very early stages of development. Really excited to get that started too.
Tell me what kind of equipment you have.
I use a PreSonus Audio Box i1, and then I have a Shure SMB. Really love it. You don't have to have high-end stuff to get started. An XLR mic and an audio interface, really, really, that's all you need. And then for my audio software, I like to bounce back and forth between Reaper and Audacity. If I'm doing something really quick, I'll use Audacity, but Reaper is where I'm like getting into and like making sure like my long recordings are saved in there.
Have you done any trainings, workshops, classes, or private coaching?
So I was in theater when I was a kid. Always had a little bit of like acting experience. And then I was in choir. I initially jumped into it without any training, and then I started training with a system here in my city. And then I've also trained with Mick Wingert, and I'm currently training with IDMT Agency.
Do they represent you, the
They
agency?
do currently represent me, yes. Yeah.
Okay,
They're my mother agency.
and how did you decide to get agency representation?
I was actually reached out to by Kyle English. They sent me a little thing. They were like, "We're interested in you. Are you interested in us?" They sent me more information, and I was like, "Yeah, sure. This sounds great." So I applied for their program, and now they're representing me and helping me move on to like a true agency in November. Basically, what we're doing, we're flying out to Atlanta to meet with a bunch of directors and producers. They train us, and then they take us to Atlanta or LA or wherever you're signed up to go. I'm signed up to go to Atlanta. And then we're trained and then audition for agencies right then and there. And then they say yes or no, and we'll see how it goes.
How has it been building community through voice acting?
It's been really incredible. It's given me a lot of opportunities to work with other voice actors and help grow young voice actors. So, primarily, what I do right now is train up other voice actors. That's my favorite thing to do. I love hearing the excitement in their voice when they get it, when they land that take. It's so good. I'm building up a Discord community. It's really small right now. And, I met Joey through the voice acting community, and he is like my little brother. I absolutely adore him. I love him. It's branched me out to being noticed by like little studios and larger studios, and a lot of people reaching out to do collaborations. And it's just such a welcoming community. It feels really good to be part of it.
What would you say some of your longer term goals are with voice acting?
I want to get into mocap video game acting really, really bad. I want to voice in a AAA fantasy game or just a fantasy game akin to like Divinity Original Sin, Baldur's Gate.
What would your advice be for beginning voice actors?
Stop getting in your head about it. There's no embarrassing. No one is going to make fun of you for whatever voice you pull out. The community is so welcoming and so friendly that you don't have to worry about getting really silly to get that voice right. Get in there, be that character. Don't think that you have to be serious all the time. And don't spend a ton of money right away on your equipment.
Where else do you go to find audition opportunities?
Reddit is a really good resource. You can go to like Game Jam subreddits or Record This for Free or the voice acting subreddit. You could do pay to play like Backstage or Voices, but honestly, finding casting calls on Casting Call Club and on Reddit have been really helpful. Twitter is a really good resource as well. Very surprisingly, Twitter is a great way to find games and things to voice in.
When you're auditioning for a project, what's going through your mind? What's your audition process?
First, I find my objective, my obstacle, and my why. Your objective is what you're trying to do, your obstacle is what's stopping you from doing it, and your why is why you need to do it. So I find that in my character first. I have some problems with my heart, so I sit while I record. So I will always position myself in a way, like if I'm playing a really gruff character, maybe I'll lean forward and hunch. Or if I'm playing a really confident character, you sit up, you have your back straight, you have your head up. So getting physically into character also really helps. And so once I have my objective Y obstacle and then I'm in there physically, that's when I start thinking, how would this character say this? It's really important not to just read your script because then it just comes off as reading. If you're saying, oh, there's a monster over there, how would your character say it? Are they a village person and they're scared? There's a monster over there. Are they really brave and triumphant? There's a monster over there. They've got it. They're cool. They're collected. So it's really figuring out like how to set that mentality, and physically setting that mentality is really important too. And then I always do 3 takes. I listen to them all back as I am doing each take. And it's really important not to get your head into it about the takes too. If you listen to your voice too much, you end up being like, oh, I'm too nitpicky. So 3 takes, pick your best one, submit it.
Is there anything else you want to talk about or bring up or advice you want to give before we close out?
Just be nice to yourself. There's a lot of rejection when it comes to voice acting and acting in general. And remember, you're not just a voice actor, you are an actor. You are that character. Even if they're not seeing you behind the screen, act it out. Be that person. Be silly, be serious, be scary, be who your character is. And don't get in your head about it. You're going to do great.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, Tessa.